The very first emotion I felt when I got word that my dad had died was relief. The second emotion I felt was anger. We were in no contact for about the last 3 years. He was alive. He'd been sober most of my life, but then had started drinking again about the last 5 or 6 years that he was alive. And he was a very angry, very emotionally abusive drunk. And by the time he died, he had nobody left but my brother and I. So when he died, it all fell to us to deal with. But the first emotion I felt when my brother called to tell me that dad was dead was relief, because it meant I never had to worry about waking up again to another angry, rage at me, emotionally abusive email or voicemail. It meant I never had to wait to see if he was going to get sober or make amends. It meant there was no more hope of us reconciling a relationship, which on one hand was also heartbreaking, but the bigger feeling was relief, because I was no longer stuck in this position of waiting to see what he was going to do. The answer was there. I had my answer. He was dead. He was gone. That door was forever closed. But there was also, like I mentioned, anger, because there was a lot of people who only ever knew my dad in his best years. And so when they heard he died, they were very upset and they reminisced about what an amazing man he was. And I was angry because I didn't have those memories anymore, because I had lost touch with those memories of my dad. All of that had been drowned out over 25 years of really good memories of me being a daddy's girl, of me traveling around the state. My dad took me to all of my tournaments and martial arts, and I used to do Aikido with my dad. All of those memories got blotted out by the 5 years that he was drinking again. And so I was really angry at him and at other people for only ever getting to experience the good side of him. With time and with intention and with therapy, I have been able to reconnect with the good memories of my dad, and I try to really focus on the guy he was the first 25 years of my life. But the reality is, the point I'm trying to say is that when the death of an estranged parent happens, there will likely be a mix of emotions, and they are all completely valid. There might also be no emotions. I have some friends who were no contact with a parent, and when that parent passed, there was no emotions. It was like, okay, next. That's okay too. Regardless the pressures that come from society, from other members of your family, continue to check in with yourself and what you want and what feels safest and rightest to you. That was what I let guide me. What am I going to feel the safest and rightest doing? And what am I going to regret or not regret doing? And I have zero regrets about how I handled my dad's final few years alive, going no contact with him, how I handled his death and his estate, because I ended up being responsible for his estate. I have no regrets about any decisions I made, because I checked in with myself on a regular basis and I trusted what I knew was best for me, regardless of what the rest of society was telling me. So if you are no contact with a parent or both your parents, I hope that when the time comes, you find peace in the sense that you make the decisions that are right for you.